Yo, what's up everyone? It's Cushus. Today we're going to be doing a fluid change on the VBWRX. And we're going to be going with the Amsoil. I don't care what anyone says, this stuff right here is the best. And I just tuned the car with E85 with the Cobb Flex Fuel kit. And I just wanted to make sure I put some good gear oil in, because we all know these transmissions aren't the best. So I'm hoping that if I do it now, I'm not going to see the type of issues other people have been seeing. I don't really floor the car or launch it, so I'm not expecting to have any crazy problems with my transmission, even though the car is roughly around 400 horsepower or so. It wasn't actually dyno tuned, but I was tuned by D-Man E-Tune, so I know he knows what he's doing, and I asked for around 400 horsepower or so, so I'm sure he got it probably right on the dot. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at what we got here. You're going to need a 17 millimeter socket, a T70, and a 10 millimeter hex. And I have been using the Amsoil Signature Series oil since my first oil change, and the car loves it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Already got the car jacked up, got it on all 4 jack stands so everything's even, so the fluid drains properly. Quick look at the motor here. Yeah, I need to take off my AOS. As you can see, it's leaking a little bit. I have to put some better sealant on these fittings here. But yeah, anyways, like I said, let's go ahead and get it started. Okay, so we're starting off on the rear diff here. First bolt we're going to take off is this one right up here. That's the 17 millimeter bolt. And for the bottom, we're going to use the H10 hex. The oil doesn't look too bad. The car's only got just a little under 20,000 miles on it, so it shouldn't be too nasty yet. But we do have quite a bit of shit on the drain plug here. I'll show you guys that in just a second here. So we'll go ahead and let this drain for a few minutes. And here's a look at the rear diff drain plug. You can see there's quite a bit of metal on the plug there. Go ahead and wipe it off. Yeah, look at all that. So yeah, 20,000 miles. It's not looking too good. I know a little bit is going to be normal, but I'm hoping this stuff here is going to prevent all of that. So let me go ahead and get this wiped off completely. Then we'll put in our new gear oil. Alright, so we got the drain plug cleaned up. And for the rear diff, it says it takes roughly about 0.8 to 1 quart. So one of these bags should be enough to fill it up. So let's go ahead and get down there, get the drain plug put back on, and get this thing filled. I think I should have cut the tip a little more. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. Cut the tip much better now, so hopefully it flows a little better. There we go. Looks like it's full. It's dripping out. So yeah, that should be full. Gonna try again and see if I can get a little more in there. That's definitely full. Alright, now we can go ahead and get the fill plug back on. Wipe everything down. Alright, now we're ready to tighten it up, and the rear end is done. Alright, now we can move on to the front. Alright, now let's go ahead and get started on the front. On the front, you can see here we have a dipstick for the transmission, and that we're just gonna pull out, and that's where we're gonna be filling it from, right there. And if you have a top mount intercooler, you're probably gonna need to take it off. I got a front mount Cobb intercooler on here, so it gives me enough room to work with down here. So let's go ahead and go to the bottom and start draining this. Okay, so this is the drain plug right here. I probably should have put the car up a little higher because I can't really reach, but I'm gonna try to do it from here anyways. Ah, son of a bitch. Never fails. I think I'm gonna need an extension for this. Hold up. Alright, now we got our extension. There we go. Crack it loose. Alright, so we got the front drain plug off. Not too much gunk or debris on it, just a little bit. But again, it's only about 18,000 miles or so, so that's all like break-in wear for the most part. So let's go ahead and wipe this thing off. And let me get that cleaned up a little better. I'm gonna throw it back on, and then we're gonna fill up the front. Alright, now we're gonna fill up the transmission, and it says it should be about 3.5 quarts, so I'm gonna put in 3 and finish off the pack that I had in the leftover from the rear diff, and use the dipstick to see where we're at. Alright, now we'll go ahead and put the dipstick back in and see where we're at. So it looks like it shows that it's full, so that should be good enough. Let me check one more time. Yeah, looks to be full, so we should be good. Of course, after driving for a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and take a look again just to see where the level's at to make sure. And if it doesn't need any more, then I got a extra quart here for next time. Alright, so we got all our fluid in, everything's topped off and looks good. I went ahead and changed the oil as well. So now I'm just going to install some Cobb rear adjustable sway bar links, and I'm just going to do that before I put the car down. I've had those for like over a year now, maybe even 2 years, and haven't put them on yet. So yeah, that'll be in another video. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that, then we'll test drive the car, see if it feels any better or any different, and we'll check back in. Alright, so we got everything done. Been driving around for about a week, back and forth to work, and I can't say I noticed anything spectacular by changing the fluid to the Amsoil, but one thing for sure is the whining noise is gone. That's one reason why I was looking into switching up the fluid in the first place, because I just heard like a loud whining in my transmission, mostly in like first and second gear. And if it was a race car, that would be pretty cool, because we all know that those built Subis that Subaru uses, those shits whine like crazy. But yeah, that's not the case here. So obviously it was some type of issue that I wanted to take care of. But yeah, a lot of the whining has been reduced, so that tells me that things are flowing a little bit better inside the differential and transmission. So that's a big plus. I guess we won't know any more until we go about another year or so. Then I could drain it, check it out, and give another review. But yeah, other than that, everything's working good. The fluid change was a success, no leaks, no drips, and we're ready to move on to the next project, which is going to be this here. Installing the Wrx 430 liter per hour fuel pump. And so that we're going to get started on today. So yeah, we'll see you in the next video. And if you want to check out the fuel pump install, that's going to be coming up very soon. Thanks for watching. Hit me up if you have any questions. And that's about it. See you later. Peace.